Salutations, fellow readers, writers, and killers of time on YouTube. My name is Martha Jones, and I am wearing these curious appendages because I happen to have them laying around the house for reasons that escape me, and also because I would like to use the androgynous sounds of my voice to share with you a few words about Chuck Tingle and a book that almost won him a Hugo Award called Space Raptor Butt Invasion. The book in question is one of many bizarre pieces of erotica by Chuck Tingle, and though it is most decidedly for adults, it is only 4,100 words long. For scale, that is only a couple hundred words longer than the Velveteen Rabbit. And it was meant to be an ebook. It was never meant to be consumed in paper and ink, but when you nearly win a major award for your bizarre dino erotica, apparently concessions are made. And since the print copy is the only one to which I have personally been exposed, I would like to take a few minutes to talk about Part 1, the book itself. Space Raptor Butt Invasion is the first of 3 stories in this book that is only this thick. It is 37 pages long. Even so, there are aesthetic choices that lead me to believe that somebody was trying really hard to do a quality job on a very silly project. The cover is matte, not glossy. The font is, I believe, Palatino Lino. It's something little, but it was a conscious aesthetic choice. The paragraphs on the page are indented, except for the first paragraph of each chapter, which is not indented. Somebody somewhere made a solid effort to make this look good. There are a couple editing gaffes that are hilarious and unique. Exactly. Now, I don't know about Y-O, U, and, fortunately, love concurs all. I mean, my first shot at publication was twice as long as this, but it had more errors in it. So I cannot boast that as far as aesthetics are concerned, this is better than your average self-pub. Just that it was better than my attempts at self-pub. Part 2. But is it any good? Well, the courtship time between the initial meeting of the leads and the customary Chuck Tingle butt pounding is not very long, but it's also not love at first sight. There is an implication that a friendship is formed between the time of meeting and the time of F-dashing. Things that I found particularly unsettling in the first book is that the lingo used implies a touch of homophobia. This is one of the more PC quotes. Orion, the dinosaur, is actually incredibly sweet and has a truly gentle soul. The longer we spent together, the more I found myself drawn to him. Attracted, even. Our differences in species surely couldn't classify me as gay, could it? The story is told in first person. If that bugs you, this might not be your bag. I actually could have gone with a little more time and sensuality spent on the raptor aspect. They are famous for their claws and their teeth. Would it have killed you, Mr. Tingle, to have your human shudder as he feels the claws that at any moment could tear him in two, drag across his back, feel the very edges of his lover's knife-like teeth brush against his neck and nipples? There is more than one way to be sexy, sir. In 3, quote, books, unquote, you've given me the same sex scene over and over again, for the most part. But before the Hugo nomination, we had no reason to think this was going to be a trilogy. A quaint and curious fact which brings us to Part 3, the controversy. So in case you're wondering how this uncanny and unlikely book got a nod from the Hugos in the first place, you're not alone. According to the LA Times, it was not a serious nomination, but it wasn't a joke either. A couple of politically motivated groups called the Sad Puppies and the Rabid Puppies were, pardon the expression, butthurt that the Hugos had opted to include a few not cishet white guys in their collection of nominees. Quote the Times, Rabid Puppies leader Vox Day. Vox Day? What a strange name. Oh well, that'll never come up again. Rabid Puppies leader Vox Day, a self-described libertarian, has criticized best-selling science fiction writer N.K. Jemisin, who is black, as an, quote, ignorant half-savage, unquote, writing, quote, unlike the white males she excoriates, there is no evidence to be found anywhere on the planet that a society of N.K. Jemison's is capable of building an advanced civilization or even successfully maintaining one without significant external support from those white males. That is, as they say, not a good look. I think it's safe to say that Mr. Tingle did not appreciate being used by these fools to try to make what they thought was a fine point, as evidenced by Part 4, the author's revenge. So, not only did Mr. Tingle say, you better not give me the Hugo, or I'm giving it to Zoe Quinn, he wrote 2 more interspecies gay sex dinosaur books. To complement the first, he named his bad guy Vam Dox, for boys and girls who were not necessarily expert decoders, called the Dino Planet Hugona, and powered all of their futuristic equipment with love. The very strongest, of course, is apparently generated by hot gay dino sex. Also, the evil corporation that Vam Dox runs is Scoundrels Inc., and my personal favorite quotes might be these. The lawyer chuckles to himself. In reality, though, you're here because you broke space code number 4. Can you tell me out loud what space code number 4 is? I will not be weird in space, I tell him directly from my astronaut rulebook. The lawyer rolls his eyes. Listen, I've been working on space trials for years. I'm a big part of the space community. I know what's dumb and what's not. Okay, I counter, but did you ever think that something could be dumb and good? Ta-da! And part 5. Final thoughts. So, once in a while I'm reminded by authors that have way more class than I do that vengeance writing is an amateur move. But at the end of the day, I find it endearing when authors with not as substantial platforms use their platforms to punch up at bad people who are looking down on them and making that unmistakable punch-me-in-the-face face. Not everybody gets to do that and still have a career afterwards. So the fact that Mr. Tingle was able to do that is kind of cool. Incidentally, Chuck Tingle is a fellow YouTuber. I haven't viewed any of the videos. I'm terribly concerned that it's going to mess up my recommendations forever. But I am 12 kinds going to put a link to his channel in the description below if you want to check it out. As always, thank you for giving these videos a shot. I post whenever I can. Meantime, take it easy. Love to you. Bye.
Like my channel, buy my crap, doo-dah, doo-dah. There's no time to take a nap, oh the doo-dah day. Hey!
I'm seeing how much of this I can actually do with these goofy hands. This is why raptors went extinct. They could not hand